Drink a beer. Yes.
Hey, I'm from outside the D.C. area, and my question to you is, I'm a veteran of the Navy, retired after 20 years, and my question to you is, everybody that runs for president, they always say, we're going to do this for the veterans, we're going to do that for the veterans, but what are we going to do for the part where the mental health issue come in, and we got all these veterans committing suicide because they can't see a doctor or they can't get their claims and everything processed. So what do we, I know they volunteered to send people out in town to see other doctors because it's the waiting period, but there's a consequence to that also because the VA has to pay for it, and then the VA takes all they're paying for and it leaves it on the member. So you as president, is that going to be your #1 priority to come in and clean up the VA and make it better for veterans?
So let me answer your question. First of all, we all want to thank you for your service that continues right now as you asked about other veterans, so thank you. You asked, how are we going to help veterans? #1, I'm going to listen to them, and we are going to stop going to war everywhere around the world, end the wars that we're in, bring those service members back home. When they come back, we're going to fully fund the true cost of war. That means, as you alluded to, if you come back with post-traumatic stress disorder, or traumatic brain injury, or military sexual trauma, or any of the signature conditions and wounds of service and combat, we're going to make sure that we spare no expense in connecting you with the care that you need. You're right, about 22 veterans a day, every day, take their own lives in this country. The majority of them were not able to get into the VA to see a provider, or chose not to, perhaps because the lines were too long. We are going to prioritize hiring mental health care providers at the VA. We're going to make reducing veteran suicide our #1 clinical priority at the VA so that we bring that down right away. And then we're going to connect every returning service member, retirees such as yourself, veterans who haven't served the full 20 years, with that college education if they don't yet have it, or that career so that they do not fall through the cracks. We helped to rewrite the post 9/11 GI Bill to make that earned benefit a forever benefit for everyone who has served this country. As you just said, we can't just tip our hat or pat you on the back or say thanks for your service. We've got to put our money where our mouth is, change the policy, ensure there's accountability at the VA, and then fill those tens of thousands of funded but unfilled positions that we have right now. Only then, when we stop going to these forever wars, end those conflicts, and take care of veterans, will we have met our end of the obligation. So
what is your plan to get people out of Afghanistan, because they've been there for almost 20 years, and we're going to spend billions and billions of dollars on them, but we can't get billions and billions of dollars for the VA?
this is a great point. So we've spent like $6 trillion on the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq so far, and yet we won't put up that same kind of resource for those veterans who have served. You ask how we're going to end these wars? In Afghanistan, where we have been for 18 years, it means that everyone has a seat at the table in the negotiations. That includes the government in Kabul, but it also includes the Taliban, and it means that those service members, having satisfied the original mission that sent us to Afghanistan in the first place, get those who got us, make sure that it can never be used as a launching pad to attack the United States of America. It is time for them to come home. We will diplomatically do everything we can to make sure that there's a representative government in Kabul, but we can also understand that it is not up to the United States of America to decide the form of government for any other country on the face of the planet. So bring that same kind of thinking to Iraq, to Syria, to Somalia, to Yemen, to Libya, all the places that we're at war tonight. It means sometimes not just working with our friends, but working with our enemies to peacefully and diplomatically resolve these problems. And then we use war as the option of last resort only. If we're going to put your life, or any American's life on the line, we're going to make sure that that was the last possible option we had before we do that, because the cost is so great. Thank you for asking, and thank you for serving. Yeah, appreciate it.